Table decoration or thermometer. On this slide, you will notice a Galileo thermometer on the left, the floating bubbles in the middle, and the bubbles with tags on the right. On this slide is my very own household Galileo thermometer. As you can see, it's a most beautiful and interesting device. Desk decoration or thermometer. This is known as a Galileo thermometer. It's appealing, simple, and fairly accurate. If you'll notice the appearance, the thermometer consists of a sealed glass tube that's filled with a liquid, probably water, or a type of alcohol, and contains floating bubbles that are made of glass spheres with a colored liquid mixture inside. Way back during the late 1500s, there was no way to accurately determine temperatures. According to headline Science Now, in 1593, Galileo discovered that the density of liquids reacts fairly accurately to changes in temperature. You may ask, what is density? Density is the comparison of mass to volume. Galileo didn't actually invent the Galileo thermometer. He invented a device known as a thermoscope. This device used the expansion and contraction of air in a bulb to move water up and down in an attached tube, indicating a range of temperature, known as the thermoscope. The fancy decoration on the right, the Galileo thermometer, was named after Galileo because he discovered the principle on which this thermometer is based. And in simple terms, the density of a liquid changes in relation to its temperature. Each glass bubble has an attached tag that indicates a temperature number and degree symbol. The really cool thing is the metal tags are calibrated counterweights. In simple terms, as the temperature changes, the individual colored bubbles rise or fall in relation to their weights and the density of the surrounding liquid. The density of the bubbles are very close to the density of the surrounding water. If a bubble is less dense, it will float. If the density is greater, the bubble sinks. To review a bit more science here, there are two forces in action, buoyancy and the downward pull of gravity. It's the force of gravity that makes this beautiful and interesting thermometer work. There are 5 metal tags to this Galileo thermometer, 80, 76, 72, 68, and 64 degrees. If you notice from looking at this Galileo thermometer, the temperature falls between 76 and 72 degrees, which is comfortable room temperature. To demonstrate a temperature other than comfortable room temperature, I put this Galileo thermometer in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes. As you can see, all of the bubbles went to the top. So the temperature of this Galileo thermometer as it came out of the refrigerator is less than 64 degrees. As the temperature of the air outside the thermometer changes, so does the temperature of the water inside surrounding the colored bubbles. You might recall that a traditional thermometer will have a liquid inside that will expand or contract. This is not as accurate as a mercury or traditional thermometer, but it's pretty close. So take it back. Take it real back. Go out and find yourself a Galileo thermometer. Visit an antique store. Cross the river to Grandma's house. Ask Grandpa for one. They make great learning tools, conversational pieces, and help determine temperature.